What's up, everyone? How's it going today? I've been having some Wi-Fi troubles today. I'm not sure exactly what the problem is. I'll have to figure that out later. Maybe I could just get like a really long Ethernet cable in the meantime that I could run through my house so that I could plug it in directly. But it's just weird because, the Wi-Fi was working really well, and now all of a sudden, it's not. So, uh, before I get started, just let me know how the stream looks, because if it's really bad, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and cut it off. Um, there's no need in live streaming if if you can't hear me, or if I'm like glitching on screen. So just let me know. If I am, I'll probably just cut it off and we could do this another day. But um, I spent like the last almost 45 minutes just trying to get the stream to work right. So still trying to figure out exactly what's wrong with it. But yeah, let me know if you're in here today. Drop a comment below. Let me know how everything sounds. Let me know how everything looks. And hopefully we'll be doing some vocals today. I had another mishap in the closet where I record and stuff. Let me show you that real quick. Let me show you where I do my recording. So this is where, when I have people come over, this is where I record. But my daughter, she got in here and she ripped the blanket down. So that happened right before she went to sleep this afternoon. And I didn't have time to fix it, so it's kind of a mess, but we'll make it work. Set that back up right there. Hey Randy, what's up, man? So everything sounds good, everything looks good. That's good to hear, because it's been, to be honest, it's been really frustrating. Like, technical stuff is so frustrating when it doesn't work. When it does work, it's awesome, but it's just like, it totally kills inspiration when you're like having to fiddle with technical difficulties and stuff, and you don't know why stuff is happening. But yeah, I mean, if everything looks good, everything sounds good, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. But a little bit of backstory. So yesterday I was taking a walk with my daughter after I did the last live stream yesterday, and I was just thinking about like, what kind of vocals do I want on this song. Like, I didn't know, and then it occurred to me, I was like, dang, I haven't even prayed about this. Like, I haven't prayed about what I want the song to be about or anything. And then I was like, okay, while I'm walking, let me just say a quick prayer. And I'm just like, God, what do you want this song to be about? What kind of message can I share with people? And then just like immediately, like the second right after I prayed that, like literally like the millisecond after I prayed that, this idea came to mind. And it was the theme of victory. So it's like, right before the drop, it's like, we got the victory, and then the drop comes in. So that's the idea I had. Usually I like to get other people to record on my songs, but since we're still in this quarantine type situation, what I might do is just try to record myself, even though I'm kind of self-conscious and I don't like the sound of my voice. But I mean, I'm gonna try it, and then I'll put like a vocoder on it and maybe like pitching effects or something to make it sound right. But I'm gonna give that a shot today. I'm gonna try to record on this thing here, and let's see how it works. So is the live stream still working okay? I just saw it kind of stuttering on my laptop here. Let me know if it's still good. So this is what I have from yesterday. Let me just go ahead and play that real quick. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and Randy, you said it stuttered once, but it's all good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I've got my my little H4n Pro, and usually in a case like this, I would use my microphone, but I'm using that for live stream right now, and I didn't want to take that microphone and put it back into the closet where I record. So I'm just gonna record off of this. It's not the the best. It's not as good of quality as a condenser mic, obviously, but it still gets pretty good quality. I've done some recordings on this and used some sounds and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of block myself in the closet. I'm gonna take a camera in there, and I'm gonna record some vocals that I could just throw into this song here. So let me do that real quick. Alright, I'm going to try to get some vocals recorded here. Alright, so I ran into another problem, y'all. It's just one of those days where you can't catch a break. What happened was I went to record this, and my card is full. It says card full. I don't know if you can see that, but so plan B. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to try to record off of this microphone that I have going here. There's a lot of noise in the room, but we're going to try to make it work though. I'm gonna cut these fans off, and I'm going to, let me see if I could record right into Ableton here. Let's see if I can make this work. Yeah, it's just, it's one of those days. I just keep running into problem after problem, technical difficulty after technical difficulty, but, it's just part of the game. So I'm seeing if I could set up a recording track here. I don't know what's gonna. I hope this doesn't crash the program, but I'm gonna turn the buffer size down. That way it doesn't echo in my headphones. Test, test, test. Let's see if I move this down a little bit. Test, test. Test, test. Alright, it's still echoing. What I'm gonna do is try to record it with my headphones off. Alright. Alright, cool. I think I got some audio. So this is going to be kind of weird. I don't know if it's going to be on beat or not. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're definitely not supposed to record and try to like record vocals and live stream at the same time with the same microphone. You know, that just sounds like a recipe for disaster. But I'm going to try it out anyway because I tried to record on this and my card was full. And I don't know what I can delete and what I've saved yet. So yeah, let's try to make it work here. And I know it's gonna sound kind of silly, but I'm gonna try to make with some effects and stuff, I'm gonna try to make it sound good. We got the victory. Alright, I'm gonna do one more take. You know we got the victory. Alright, I was clipping on that one. You know we got the victory. Alright. Cut that off there. So I got 2 takes that I could choose from here. Who knows if either of them are any good. Like I said before, I don't really like recording my own vocals. But sometimes you just gotta make it work with what you got at the moment. Let's see what these sound like. You know we got the victory. You know we got the victory. I was thinking about putting like a vocoder on it. That might sound kind of cool. You know we got the. You know we got the victory. You know we got the victory. I'm gonna trigger it with this note here, the same one that I was doing with the vocals that I had going in the intro. Maybe put it 1 octave lower like that. Yeah, and like I said before, I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but it's just an experiment. We got the victory. We got the victory. That's kind of what I envisioned yesterday when I was when I had the idea for the pre-drop. We got the victory. We got the victory. We got the victory. You know we got the victory. You know we got the victory. Yeah, to everyone who's watching right now, sorry that I made y'all wait a really long time. I had a lot of difficulties with my Wi-Fi, and I just couldn't figure it out. I hope it's good now. I hope the quality is good, and the live stream is okay. The audio and the video looks and sounds good.
You know we got the victory. You know we got the victory.
I'm actually going to copy this over because I don't want those chords to get in. I'm just going to separate these. And I probably need to fix the timing. I think it recorded off. So I'm going to trigger this again. I got to rewire these two things here. There we go.
You know we got the victory. You know we got the victory. You know we got the victory.
Let me process this a little bit more.
You know we got the victory. 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 You know we got the victory.
Let's see if I put a little bit of OTT on this.
You know we got the victory. 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 You know we got the victory.
And then I'll put some, I think some serum effects, like some dimension expander would be pretty cool on that part.
You know we got the victory. 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 You know we got the victory.
Now I need to work this so it's on time.
You know we got the victory. You know we got the victory. You know we. You know we got. You know we. You know we. You know. You know we. You know we got. You know we got. You know we got the victory. You know we got. You know we got. You know we got. You know we. You know we got. You know we got the victory. You know we got the. You know we got. You know we got. You know we got the victory. You know we got the victory. You know we got the victory. You know we got the victory.
Alright, what I'm going to do instead of warping this for now is just try to chop these little sections up and manually put them on time. Yeah, so once again, the reason why I'm having to put these on time is because when I recorded it just now, it was off because I had a little delay in my headphones, and then I had to record it without the beat. So I'm just going back in and fixing the timing. And then I'm going to take out that little drum fill here for now. Is the stream still running good? I had a lot of technical difficulties at the beginning. The sound good and the video look good? Let me see what this would sound like with some chords. Maybe like this. About some reverb on there. So if you're just now tuning in, what I did was I recorded with the same mic that I'm live streaming with into Ableton. I directly recorded into Ableton, and because of the live stream lag, there was, the timing was a little bit off, so I had to fix that. But I was gonna just record it on this machine, but I ran out of space right when I went to record, so I couldn't do that. So I had to do it in here, and then I put a vocoder on these vocals I just recorded, and I'm just processing it and putting effects on it and stuff. So let's hear it from the beginning. do y'all think about that little vocal that I just added? I think it sounds pretty good. I like the way it blends in there. Let me hear it again. I like what I did there, how it starts off with the chords and then it goes to that single note. So it's got that, you know, melodic, and then it kind of turns darker. It's like, what I could even do is maybe automate the formant right here. Let me see what that would sound like. I like that. That sounds cool. Just polish that up a little bit. Then maybe a little reverse crash or something. Put that little reverse crash there. Cool. I think it's shaping up pretty nice. Cool. So right now, I think I need to go back into the drop and create some sub bass. Because right to this point right now, it doesn't have any sub bass, but I want it to follow the same pattern that I had the main bass following. So this right here. So what I'm going to do is drag in, because I put this in a folder, I saved it in a folder. It's this preset here that I made. I'm going to create a bass patch that is similar to that. And I think I'll go ahead and use the serum for a sub. Yeah, so what do y'all think so far? Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about everything that I made up until this point. Do you have any feedback, any suggestions? What do you think? I'm going to go ahead and add the sub in here. I need to reference the patch here. Make this a little bit smaller. And actually what I'm going to do is open up preferences here, and there's an option here to auto hide plugin windows. I'm going to turn that off temporarily. That way I can kind of see how the other patch looks, because I want to copy the settings of the movement of the sub in order that it'll match the bass that I made better. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just looking through the main bass patch and revisiting, you know, the techniques I got for making it move the way it does, because I want the bass to mimic that. What I might do actually is just, I think I'm going to just copy, yeah, I'm actually going to delete this one here, and I'm going to take this patch, I'm going to delete the filter off of it, I'm going to delete the sub off of it, and delete all this stuff too. Go ahead and mute that. And then I'm going to change the main oscillator to just a sine wave. Take the unison down. That way it'll only have one voice. Take off the FM. And that's off. I'm going to remove that modulator there too. Put it on a pure, where's the sine wave? There we go. And instead of having this little dip here like that, I'm just going to bring it up. Okay. Let me see what that sounds like. So that way the sub is going to follow that bass, that synth, or that mid bass that I made. And I shoot for my sub bass peaking at around -6 dB. Sometimes louder than that, maybe 4 or 5. So let me hear it with the mid bass that I created over here. So right now what I'm doing is I'm adding in sub bass now. I'm just adding in that bottom end. I want the sub bass to follow exactly the mid bass I created. So I don't know if you're listening on some laptop speakers or phone speakers, you probably won't be able to hear this sub bass unless I threw some like overdrive on it. You could probably hear that, but I'm not going to do that for this song. It's not like a hip-hop 808. I'm not going to put that in there. If I do, it'll be really subtle. I'll do that later. but for now I just want it to follow the main mid-bass patch that I created. And then I want to make sure that the pitch bend automation is going on. Okay, it is. Because that's going to be key for getting it to sound like it's really going along with it. Cool, I like the way that sounds. Now it just needs the sub bass on that main, that initial hit, that on that part. So let's see if I could just copy and paste a little part there. Let's hear how it sounds with that stab. Now with the mid bass. So I'm actually gonna bust out my sub pack for this one because I'm working on the low end and it's kind of hard for me to hear in these headphones. Low end can be really tricky. For me to get my low end to sound right, I listen to it in multiple places. Like I'll listen to it on I'll listen to it on these speakers here. I'll listen to it in my car. I'll listen to it on just speakers around the house. But a lot of times I like to work with this sub pack on, because this allows me to hear the low frequency, or not hear, but it allows me to feel the low frequencies. If you've never seen one of these, it's basically just like this part here, it vibrates, and you just, I put it into the backpack. It's supposed to go on a seat or something like that, but I just put it in the backpack that came with it, and then I just strap the backpack on. Turn that on real quick. Let's see if it's working. Cool. So one thing I felt just now on my backpack is that this needs to have a little volume automation to really match the the bass sound that I have going with it, so it kind of like crescendos up. That's probably not something that you can really, hear on a laptop speaker or something, but it's just something you could feel if you have, bass heavy monitor, like computer monitor or something. You might be able to hear that, but this is mainly something like these kind of details are something that you would really feel like in the car on a sound system or something like that. I'm going to do a little volume automation on this sub here, on that initial hit. I can't tell exactly what note that is there. I think that might be it. Let me go back into it. Let's see where that sound is. What I might do is just put Melodyne on it, put Melodyne on this track and see what it says. I had some troubles with Melodyne before. It looks like it's a B and a C sharp. Cool. So one of those notes will work best for the sub, which we did C sharp. I think that might sound better than the B. Copy and paste that, and then let's see what note will go here. have to change the LFO automation on this part. This is the tedious part of making a song, is like all the small details. The fun part is creating it, you know, making the sounds, making the melodies. But, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into it after you do that. You've got to perfect everything. And, you know, things like this, like getting the sub bass to line up with your other sounds, that's not the most exciting stuff, but it's really important for getting the feel of the song. I'm not sure if my if this stack copied here correctly when I bounced it down. I'll have to go back and check that. So I'll do the second half of this drop tonight, just because I'm gonna have to do some digging around and searching to see what exactly it is that sounds off about it. I can't pinpoint it like exactly. I'll have to go back and look. So for now, I think I'll just try to perfect the first half of the drop here, and then I'll do the rest tonight. Now I think that sounds a little bit too high. Let me see if I could put it on the B. Just copying these automations in. I kind of like the way that sounds with the... I was gonna fill that in with some kind of a sound, but what I might do is just cut out all the extra sounds going along with that, like the hi-hats, and maybe I'll leave this background in there. I don't know, we'll see, but cut out the hi-hats and just let that mid bass breathe a little bit. Let that reverb extend out. And I think I'll turn that up too. I need to figure out what's making that volume automation go up. If there's anything in the group maybe causing that, because I need to accentuate it and make it a little bit more intense. Maybe it's just how I bounce the sound. So what I'm going to do is create a little utility tool here and automate the volume even more to make that a little bit more intense here. And then I'm also gonna put this on the mids group to make it a little bit more intense. It won't need as much though. I think I'm gonna make this sound a little bit more prominent, maybe by stacking it with something else. I think I need to change that. And then I'm going to completely mute the tail, the reverb tail. I don't like it. I'm going to change it. think I need to completely change the sound because it's kind of blending in with the other sound a little bit too much. Let's see. Maybe something like that could be nice. I think I'll put this on another group just to help it stand out a little bit more. But I will put the side chain on there too. Cool, I like the way that sounds. I like that little reverse reverb that's on there. I was debating whether or not to put another sound right there, but I decided to just cut some things out, let it breathe, and emphasize that reverse reverb. So, and I like the way it sounds. I'm pleased with that. I just need to do the second half of the drop. Need to go in. There's some stuff that's wrong with it. I don't know exactly what it is yet, but I need to go in and figure some things out with that. But let me listen to this one more time. Let's listen to it from the intro. If you're in here right now, drop a comment. Let me know you're in here. And then after that part, I was thinking to have this come in. yeah, if you're just now tuning in, what I did at the very beginning of this live stream, if you want to go back and watch it, I was going to record with this right here, just like I had in the thumbnail for this video, but I didn't realize that I was out of space on it, and I didn't want to just go and delete stuff because I haven't sifted through some of the sounds on here, and I don't know what I've backed up and what I haven't backed up. So I just decided to record on my live streaming microphone, and there was a little bit of lag, but I just went ahead and recorded it into Ableton here, and this is my voice. I had to chop it up so that it would be on time because of the lag. I was kind of off, but all I did here was I put some processing on it. I'll show it to you without anything. So this is without the processing, just raw.
You know we got the victory. You know we got the victory.
And this is without the edits.
You know we got the victory.
But I had to chop it up so it'll be on time. And I added... First I added an EQ. Well, I guess I forgot to cut out... I think that one's pointless. I forgot to cut out, but let me just go ahead and do that now. So
you know we got the victory.
And then I put a vocoder on it, which is being triggered by these chords here. So I threw that vocoder on there. I automated the formant at the end. And then so I put some OTT on it. I EQ'd it again. Added some reverb. Some compression. And then finally I added some dimension expander to make it a little bit wider. And I might be able to throw a chorus on there too. I like it without it better. And then so then that leads into the drop, so it's like so that's what I've got so far. The next thing I need to do, like I said before, I need to work on the second half of the drop. And then I need to go back into the other project where I created this part and just mix some of the sounds, because there, especially that saw bass, it's really loud. It's just way too overpowering. So I need to go back into that project and clean that one up a little bit. And if you're in here right now, let me know if my mic sounds good and if the video is okay. I had a lot of trouble before I started live streaming. That's why I was so late. I was like 45 minutes late live streaming because I couldn't get my internet to work. So what I'm doing now is, let me see what I'm using for internet. I had to plug in my old Wi-Fi extender, which I don't get as fast of internet, but that's what I had to do. So let me know if it sounds good, if it still looks good. I've been having some problems with the technical difficulties lately, but trying not to let it discourage me from live streaming, because it kind of kills the buzz, or it's a buzzkill. It kills the vibe when you're having technical difficulties and you're trying to be creative at the same time. So let me know if everything sounds good, and I'm just gonna keep, I mean, I would say this is like the not so fun part of making a song, where you're just cleaning up the project and you're adding little details to it that'll make it stand out. So I'm just gonna keep chipping away here. The next thing I'm gonna do is add some white noise on top, just to make it cut through the mix a little bit better. So I'm gonna drag this onto the noise section. I'm gonna mute the oscillator. I'm just trying to make this white noise follow the mid bass that I created and set it on top. Cut out some of the low end here. And I think I'm gonna make this a little bit more drastic too, this curve. I'm gonna add, I had an EQ automation on these chords. I think I'm gonna add that to this first part here. Just copying and pasting that in there. So I do need to have the sidechain going. I forgot to add that. Add the sidechain on there. It makes a huge difference. I was wondering why it sounded like so prominent, but it's because I didn't have it being ducked by the sidechain. if I can find the right sound, I'd like to have something going in the left and the right ears along with all this that's really subtle, as long as it doesn't take away from the vibe, which it might take away from it if I were to add something like that. So it might just be something I have to mess with. I'm gonna turn that part down a little bit. And I'm going to add this little filter automation on that last part too. So let me show you real quick without it. And then after I added the white noise, this is what it sounds like. It just gives it a little bit more bite. I think it makes it sound a lot better. So, just like I said before, it might sound good with something going in the left and the right ears that's subtle. So I'm going to drag this original sound back in here. And I'm going to find something that fits, you know, in the background. Something, well, I had something over here. Let me hear it. Maybe this stuff just needs to be turned up. I'm gonna see if I could come up with a different sound than that. I still like this one. But there's some parts of it that sound a little bit too long. Let me see what happens if I put the same, there's a little vocoder effect that I have on here. Let me see what it sounds like if I were to put that here on the stack too. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what else I could come up with. If I just mute those two ideas and then bring in another stack and see what I can come up with here. So once again, I'm just looking for something that I could stack with the main sound that doesn't take away from it, but just kind of complements it. Cut out the lows here. I think this has some qualities I like in it. Like that little grittiness, that high-end grittiness is pretty cool. What I'm gonna do, I don't like this part, so let's see what happens if I just cut out, EQ out all that. And then I'm going to find another sound that has some more mid-bass qualities to it that I like. So without these stacks, it sounds, it's just by itself, it's like. And then with these two stacks, it sounds like this. I think that sounds pretty cool, actually. What I might do is have this sound kind of going back left and right. Let's see if that will work. Cool. I like it. I like the way it's shaping up. So far this session, what I've done is I added a little vocal right before the drop. So yeah, I just recorded that here on the mic. I had some issues. I had to record it on my live stream mic, and then I just processed the effects, put the effects on there, chopped it up, put a little vocoder on it, and then I did a little formant automation over here, so that as it progressed, it went down like that. And then on the drop, I added some sub bass underneath the mids just to make them follow along the same patterns and give it some weight on the bottom. And then I added some white noise on top, and then I just stacked the main bass with some other mid basses. So that's all I'm gonna do today for now. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the live stream. So I might just take some time tonight and fill in some of the gaps on here. I know this kind of stuff is not the most exciting, but I wanted to give you a little taste of what it takes to complete a song. So I was and if you're just now tuning in, I put my sub pack on so I could feel the low frequencies as I was adding those in there on the drop. But yeah, this isn't the most exciting stuff. Like when you're just filling in the gaps and putting like just stacking the sounds with things that make them a little bit fatter, make them stand out. It's so important, but it just takes a lot of time and it's tedious. But what I'll do tonight is just kind of reevaluate where I'm at on the song and add little things here and there and see what to do next, because I'm not sure where I'm going to go next with this. I might end up completely changing the intro, but I just need to spend some time with the project alone and see what else needs to be added. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate y'all being here and watching with me and watching me work, and just thanks for giving me an audience to work with. So I'll catch y'all next time, okay? Take care, and just follow on social media to see when I'm going on next, and I'll catch you later.